Hi everyone. Today was an extremely impressive day in the stock market. I added a hedge on Friday in the Russell 2000 and it appears that it should come off, but I'm not going to take it off just yet because we are extremely overbought. But I think that we're in a total priced out rally now. So what I'm doing here with my position is once it hits 0.02% of total account value loss, then it's coming off. Until then, I'll go ahead and hold on to a small position. But the Russell 2000 today, extremely impressive. IWM is going to give us our volume figure, but it was higher today on the Russell 2000 and the IWM. The NASDAQ 100 and the NASDAQ, extremely impressive. Look at the volume surge today in both of these indexes. That is extremely impressive. The NYSE was barely down today, but an intraday tail off its lows. Same with the Dow Jones Industrial Average and lower volume for both of those indexes. So everything really worked out well today for the market. Now we're going to go straight into the sells, and I got to admit, since 2008, there were personal life problems that really did not affect my trading, but it affected how much money, how much capital I had. Some horrible decisions in my 20s. Basically have led me up to where we are now, and the 2009 rally caught me off guard with the low volume, lagging then, and then after 2011 and 2012 losing money. I really haven't been the same since, even though I am professional, and it really doesn't bother me. It's clear that, yeah, something is still off. And so today, my portfolio is at new 2014 highs. An amazing day in my portfolio. Yet I got to be honest, as a trader, I couldn't be more upset with today or more just overall aggravated, basically because of three stocks. So ENTA is a full sell, not a big deal. I never got a position in this stock. I wanted a limit order around 42, 41. Didn't get it the next day, took off my orders. However, I know some people did buy it in the morning. Now it's a complete full sell. If you have any of it, you got to get rid of it all. It should not have reversed that breakout 2 days in a row with the heavy volume selling the past two sessions with the way the market's acting, losing its green bop. So ENTA is gone. Also, on a minor note, MNDO, the above average volume sell-off below the 5-day moving average, that's officially going to go ahead and kill 20% of that position. But overall, until it closes below the 305 level, if you really have a small position like me, you don't need to sell any of it. But it's a 20% sell based on the heavy above average volume close, but overall the chart pattern's fine. The disappointing is in these three stocks, and why it's so disappointing is because FANG was only 4% of a position. GWPH, I can't remember, but I remember it couldn't be more than 2% because we're already fully invested. But HCLP on the signal date, to me, it's a 5%er. Told everybody, hey man, if you're underinvested, 10% it. Turned out to be a great trade. The next time it triggers the very next session, gives me ad signal. But HCLP today, tell you what, man, I just really, so it just proves that my stock picker's broken. In a strong bull market and confirmation with huge volume and from oversold conditions, this is a 20% signal, in my opinion. 20% of your account can go into this signal, and to see it act like that in just 3 days just tells me that, you know, I just can't seem to get this right. At the same time, I've been watching DGLY ever since day one of that move starting, knowing what it's all about, understanding the wearable cameras, the news, the earnings, the potential, everything about it. And I just sat and watched it just move 371% in 2 weeks, while stocks like HCLP, you know, I'm thinking should get all my attention. But HCLP also, you know, that would be bad enough on its own. It doesn't matter. We still have gains in it, so it's not a big deal. We still have good gains in it. But still, really, today, really. And then GWPH, man, and you know, this is another one I could have swore. This is one that right here, this move right here on 8/11, this stock explodes higher and goes over 100. Really didn't go anywhere, but then it produced this signal, and now I am, in my opinion, 100% sure going to get a 100% gain. 6.48% up day obviously prevents, you know, GWPH from being more than the 2.5% add, but man, in a roaring bull market, man, I could tell you easily go 5% this position. This one's definitely going to work. And you know, it doesn't work. So once again, it's a psychological blow because HCLP was one of my favorites, GWPH was one of my favorites, and then this also happened. Our new long position, FANG. Now granted, this cut base isn't quite symmetrical. And what do I mean by that? I mean the 200-day moving average is a tad extended. I would like it to be around these lows in this August level. So the 200-day moving average is like right about here, and then this move produces much better move. But still, I believe that this was a great signal. This would have been a 10%er to me had I had the account capital, but I didn't. I couldn't even afford to put 5% in it, which actually is going to save me when I was able to do 4%. But look at what it did immediately today. That's an immediate failure, an immediate lack of follow-through, closing below the low a day of the signal date, which was just the session before. So FANG, HCLP, and GWPH just continues what I've continued to say since this quantitative easing rally has started. I can't pick them, man. I can't pick them. I just would rather be honest. This is why you see me go 5%, 2.5% in every position I take. A cocky, confident son of a bitch that existed in me before 2008. 20% of account capital can go in one position, and I'd almost always be right. You know, it just doesn't work like that anymore. So to see stocks like that act like that then gives what happens today more problem. I know we're overbought. I know we're extended, but yeah, damn it, I get tons of signals. So I am going to take them, but they're all going to be small. SAVE, you can do 5% if you have the account capital. Me, I'm not going more than 2.5%, and I don't even have that, so I have to adjust accordingly. But SAVE, pocket pivot point signal near the 50-day moving average. Airline stocks everywhere are moving. You can pick whatever you want. AAL is probably the best. You know, but SAVE is not only my CanSum scam, it's in the perfect speculator scam. It's one of the only airline stocks in there, so it's getting the pick out of all of them. Also, Yelp produced a pocket pivot point signal today. Been saying for a while that buy stops above the 83.36 level is the long signal. Yelp moving today on higher volume. That's giving the long signal. So if you had your buy stops, you're already long. I did not. As I said, I'm fully invested, and I'm just rotating around. So Yelp is a new long position. 2.5%. You can do 5%. PTC is a new long position. 3D and 2D printer engineering software. Parametric technology. This is a beautiful chart. Pocket pivot point buy signal right off the 50-day moving average. This is a 5% position for me. I would say it's worthy of a 10%er since it's only 1.11% up day. If you're wrong, the most you're going to lose is 2% on your 10% position of your account capital. That's great. Me, it's a 5%er. Like I said, I don't have the capital, so it's smaller, but it's a great signal. So PTC is the best one tonight. Yelp is probably the second best with the 50 and 200 close by. Save is going to be the riskiest. And then I get an ad signal on Facebook, of course. You know, not too long after, we got a partial sell signal. I think it was this day here on it. I can't remember which day we got the partial. There it is. The partial sell signal just happened. So thanks, Facebook. I really appreciate it. The only good news is that we got a good fill on the morning gap the next day, but now we're getting a follow-through breakout. So we need to add back what we sold, and of course I don't have the account capital that I did, so it's going to be a small position. But Facebook is a good long, Save is a solid long, Yelp is even better, and PTC is the best. And also, since I have account capital available, and I don't want to miss out on another, you know, spec mover like DG. OI, whatever, you know, so I'm just going to go and obey the signals, but only the people that are watching this video are getting this selection. I didn't even post this in the chat room. EVRY is producing a pocket pivot point signal off the 50-day moving average. I've been interested in this stock since probably back here. Been following it in my BOP scans. Followed it on this day, but the intraday tail wasn't interested. Now it's breaking out and closing at 268, which is above the 256 level. So I'm going to go ahead and go a position in there. I don't recommend more than 1% because it's a $2 stock. And then also ARWR coiling in this long base, as you can see, after a big solid uptrend. That once again, by finagling around with a few cents, I missed a huge move back in ARWR just to learn a little bit about history. Why you don't play for pennies. A couple of pennies costed me a 500% move. But ARWR is setting up now in a nice tight consolidation pattern, moving up off the 50 and 200-day moving average. It already gave a signal. It failed and we had to cut losses. I do believe we took that right on the 26th. No, we didn't, ARWR. I don't remember which one I took. Maybe I didn't take any of them. Okay, whatever. So ARWR, I did not take this signal. Thought I did, but I didn't, clearly. And then now it's basing out, and now it's closing above 1520, closing at 1534. This is a long signal for me. The longer term chart pattern is what's more important for me, potentially having hopefully another measured move from July to July 2013 to February, March 2014. We'll see if it happens. So ARWR, spec trade, EVRY, spec trade, just to mix it up in case my for sure long positions don't work. But PTC is the best one, so we'll see how that acts following FANG. Thank you.